You'd think that with all the problems Lucasfilm has had over the past decade with Disney Star Wars, the streaming failures, the shows that are received so poorly that people continue to walk away from this franchise, and then behind the scenes, even being able to make some of the movies that they announced for production, the Rey movie being the perfect example of that recently, that maybe they'd step back and say, what are we doing here? Maybe we need to figure out what we actually want to do, take a little bit of a break, and really reevaluate what the hell we've done to this franchise. But instead, this is Lucasfilm, so they're going to double, triple, quadruple down. And can you imagine, just a week or so after the big news comes out that another writer has left the project for Rey, they made a big new announcement today. Star Wars announces new movie trilogy, reportedly episodes 10, 11, and 12. And this is coming from Deadline. As of right now, there's been no official confirmation of this from Disney Star Wars, but this appears to be a legitimate announcement. Star Wars trilogy deal, Lucasfilm taps Simon Kinberg to write and produce. Not just a movie, but apparently a trilogy, a new trilogy for Disney Star Wars. Exclusive. Lucasfilm has closed a deal with Simon Kinberg to develop a trilogy of Star Wars films. Kinberg will write the trio and produce them with Lucasfilm chief Kathleen Kennedy. Man, oh man. I heard this will comprise episodes 10 through 12 of the Skywalker saga. Man, I thought we were done with the Skywalker saga. Guess we got to keep coming back to that, huh? Some insiders disputed my intel that Kinberg will continue that storyline, saying this will instead begin a new saga and sit alongside Star Wars percolating projects with James Mangold, Sharmino Obaid-Chinoy, Taika Waititi, and Donald Glover. As usual, Lucasfilm and Disney are not commenting. Now, the idea that he's been tapped for a trilogy, is it Star Wars episodes 10, 11, 12? Is it a different standalone trilogy, something they want to do? It's interesting that this comes a few weeks after Daisy Ridley makes the statement right before Stephen Knight leaves that project that, well, it might not just be one movie. We might be doing multiple movies. Like, that's what she had said. Is that connected at all potentially? Maybe, possibly. Now, when you look at Simon Kinberg, he has been involved with Star Wars a little bit. He helped co-create Rebels, which I know there's some hardcore Rebels stans out there. Personally, I think Rebels, for the most part, is dog shit. Just like I think everything Dave Filoni's involved in turns out to be just derivative dog shit, personally. Introducing time travel in Star Wars to save Ahsoka, the world between worlds. All of this trash. Making Ahsoka the centerpiece of the galaxy. Making Ahsoka so fucking important to everything that happens. But that's a different video. That's a different story right now about what I think specifically about Star Wars Rebels. Let's look at the movies that Simon Kinberg has been involved in. And over the past 2 decades, he's been involved in some things that I think are pretty damn good. Also some things that, especially recently, you're like questioning. Especially when you look at him writing this. Not just a producer, but writing. Look at what we have. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, X-Men The Last Stand, all the way back in 2006. And then he was very involved in the X-Men franchise from thereafter. Sherlock Holmes, he wrote that. I actually liked that Sherlock Holmes iteration. Not everybody agrees with me, and that's fine. Jumper was okay. Jumper was actually Hayden Christensen. A lot of people hate that movie. I kind of enjoyed it, as cringe as some of it is. X-Men First Class, which I thought was great. He was not the writer of that. He only produced. X-Men Days of Future Past, which I think is fucking awesome. He did write that. So that's one, and hey, that's good. But then you see the other things. The Fantastic Four movie from 2015, directed by Josh Trank. You guys probably remember this. This was a total and complete nightmare. It was a failure. And yes, he did write that one. X-Men Apocalypse, the writer. Dark Phoenix, the writer. These are not good things. Now, he was involved with the Deadpool movies, but, not as a writer, just as a producer. And that's probably because of those X-Men connections and who knows how many characters he may have been involved with. And that's why he's getting producer credits. I don't know. I can't speak to how involved he was with those. But this is who they have now hired. And apparently a new trilogy for Star Wars. You have so many things you've announced that are not even close to being made yet. Yet another announcement, partnership between him and Kathleen Kennedy. Will it be involved in this Rey saga we're talking about? Who knows? What are they doing? Disney Star Wars is at such a low point, especially after the failure of The Acolyte. This Mando and Grogu movie, If they had put it out 3 years ago, maybe they could have expected some big things from it, but that's over. Mando Season 3 really took the shine off of that for so many people. They had the blinders on for something like Mando Season 2, which I thought was poor, but there was a bunch of cameos and Luke Skywalker that people got excited for. And also Simon Kinberg should be mentioned. He helped consult for Force Awakens. A lot of people had blinders on for Force Awakens. I said at the time, I thought it was dog shit. I thought it was hollow. I thought it was derivative. And I didn't think that it set up for the future of this franchise very well. And they treated Han Solo like absolute shit before they treated Luke Skywalker like shit in Last Jedi. But this is who Lucasfilm is now partnered with to produce the next trilogy of Star Wars movies, maybe Star Wars episodes 10, 11, and 12. Who knows at this point? Disney Star Wars continues to do Disney Star Wars things. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.